Hello students, welcome back to your geography class. We are doing chapter 4, climate. And last class, we saw all the climatic controls. You all saw how latitude, altitude, pressure and wind system, distance from the sea, and ocean currents and relief feature play a major role in the climatic condition of a place. You all also learned the term continentality, and I had asked you all to write down which of these or how do all these factors affect the climate of India. Now, you all must have realized that all these factors don't necessarily play an important role in the climate of India. But all the factors that affect climate can be divided into two. They are either related to the location or they are related to air, pressure, and wind. The ones that are related to location can be the latitude, the altitude, the relief features, the distance from the sea, the Himalayan mountains that we have, that is going specific, and distribution of land and water. And the factors that affect climate, which are related to air pressure and wind, are surface pressure and wind, upper air circulation, and western cyclones. Now, out of all the factors that we had learned, these three affect the climate of India: latitude, altitude, and pressure and winds. Latitude is a distance a place lies north is a distance that shows that a place lies north or south of the equator, and it is measured by an imaginary line called lines of latitude. Now, the Tropic of Cancer passes through the middle of our country. We know that. Okay, and it passes through from Run of Kutch to west, in the west to Mizoram in the east. Tropic of Cancer cuts through our country, and it cuts our country almost in equal halves. So lying to the south of the Tropic of Cancer belongs the tropical area, and all the remaining area that is to the north of it, okay, it lies the subtropical area. Okay, so these are how our country is divided into tropical area and subtropical area. So India's climate has characteristics of tropical as well as subtropical climate. As the latitude increases, the intensity of solar energy decreases. And this happens due to the curvature of the earth. The amount of solar energy varies according to the latitude. So in India, the Tropic of Cancer passes through the middle of the country. It passes from the Run of Kutch in the west to Mizoram in the east. Almost half of the country lies to the south of the Tropic of Cancer belongs to the tropical area, and the rest of the country that lies to the north of the Tropic of Cancer belongs to the subtropical area. Hence, India's climatic conditions have characteristics of both tropical as well as subtropical climates. Now over here, India lies roughly between 6 degrees north and 37 degrees north. So the Tropic of Cancer, we know, is dividing India into two equal parts, and it makes the southern half of India lie in the tropical zone, the northern lies in the subtropical zone. Still, the whole of India remains warm throughout the year, and it experiences tropical type of climate. Now the Himalayas, they play a very important role in giving the tropical touch to the climate of the whole of India. Now, there are three zones: tropical zone, temperate zone, and polar zones. And this was explained in the video that I shared with the class last week. So you all can write these down, the degrees, and understand the markings. Now remember, the sun rays, they are the most intense, and the temperature always remains warm in the tropical zone. In the temperate zone, the sun's rays strike Earth at a smaller angle, especially near than the angle that they hit at near the equator. And the polar zones, the sun's rays strike Earth at a very small angle in the polar zones. So, in general, highland climates are cooler and wetter than the nearby areas at the lower elevations. We already know if you're at higher length, you are going to be cooler and it's going to be better. Like, hill stations are the most preferred destination of vacation in India during the summers, because we know that the temperature is cooler than the lower elevations. So these are the Earth's major climatic zones. We have spoken about this. You all have seen this: tropical zone, temperate zone, polar zone, also called torrid zone at times, tropical or torrid zone. Okay, so this is equator or tropical zone, that was called torrid zone. Temperate zone is there. Then we have the last one is called the polar zone, or north frigid zone and south frigid zone. There are multiple names. So the second factor that affects the climate of India is altitude. And over here, like I told you all during when I spoke to you all about the latitudes, I told you all that Himalaya plays an important role in giving the tropical touch to the climate of the whole of India. We'll discuss that over here. So now, what is altitude? Altitude is the distance that is measured, usually in vertical or up direction, between a reference datum and a point or object. So what is the distance that, how much above the land or sea level is this called altitude? Now in altitude, you must remember that the temperature decreases from lower to higher altitude. As and when you go up, as and when the altitude increases, the temperature decreases. Okay? They have an indirect connection. Now, over here you can see Agra is 16 degrees in January, whereas Darjeeling is 4 degrees in January. Same month, but the temperature differs. The temperature of the air decreases with altitude. As elevation increases, the air gets cooler because of the energy drawn from the surroundings. The mountain ranges in the north, they protect our country from cold, icy winds of Central Asia, especially during the winters. So this helps in keeping the country warm. So due to this, the northern parts of the country, they remain much warmer than other areas in our latitudes in the world. So in the same latitude, in other areas of the world, okay, it is warmer, it is colder compared to India, because our mountains are stopping those cold, icy winds from entering the country and letting the country be a little warm. At the same latitude, a different country is colder, but our country is warmer because these mountains, the Himalayas, they protect our country. And so our country remains warmer than other areas in our latitudes in the world. So these mountains, they also trap the monsoon winds and force them to shed the moisture in the country. So before these monsoon winds leave, the Himalayas force them to shed the moisture to rain in our country. Okay. Now, the third factor that also defines the climate or plays an important role in the climatic condition of India is pressure and wind system. Now, the Climate and Association weather conditions in India are governed by three atmospheric conditions. So the climate of India are governed by three atmospheric conditions. Number one is pressure and surface winds. Number two is upper air circulation. And number three is western cyclonic disturbances. Now, India lies in the region of northwesterly winds. These winds they originate from the subtropical high pressure belt of northern hemisphere and they blow towards the south and they get deflected to the right due to the Coriolis force and they move on towards the equatorial low pressure area. When these winds originate, they carry moisture and they blow over the land. Hence, they bring very little or no rainfall. Now, India has unique pressure and wind conditions. There is high pressure area in the north of Himalayas during winter season. Cold, dry winds blow from this region to the low pressure areas over the oceans in the south. And a low pressure area develops over the interior of Asia as well. So all this happens in India during the summer season. Due to this, a complete reversal of the direction of the winds is caused during the summer season, and air moves from high pressure area over the southern India, over the southern Indian Ocean. In a southern easterly direction, it crosses the equator and it turns right towards the low pressure area over the Indian subcontinent. These winds they are called southwest monsoon winds. And these winds they blow over the warm oceans, they gather moisture and they bring widespread rainfall over the mainland of China. The changes in the upper air circulation over Indian landmass influences the climate of India to a great extent. Jet streams in the upper air system influence the Indian climate in many ways. We will discuss that in the next class. So with this, I will end today's class. We have discussed three things, three factors that play an important role or they govern the climate of India. And those are latitude, altitude, and pressure and wind system. With this, I end today's class. Stay home, stay safe, take care, and keep learning. Thank you.